I don't.
I like candy.
Dun, 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 dun. You are also the one who also happens to enjoy and occasionally partakes in the digestion and putting in the mouth of candy. I don't know
So
where we were going with this.
I don't know, a short ramble, or we were rambling around. My next one is, as you may have guessed, Mr. Dress Up, The Magic of Make Believe.
Here you are. You're here and we're here. I've got a good bat costume here to show you.
Didn't matter what race you were, what color you were, what religion you were, what language you spoke, you watched Mr. Dress Up.
Ernie Coombs, Mr. Dressup, I mean, he was just so kind and gentle.
Ernie never forgot a child within him, and that informs everything that he does with children.
When you tell people that Fred Rogers and Ernie Coombs came to Canada together, most people don't even realize that they were very close friends.
4,000 episodes, 30 years. There are not that many shows that last that long.
Tell us what the secret is to 30 years on the air.
I'm a child at heart. It's all doing things.
So is this the one you weren't sure if you had seen?
No, this one I knew I had seen.
Oh, this is the one. So was Mr. Rogers you weren't sure you had seen?
I wasn't sure if I had seen Mr. Rogers.
Oh,
This
okay. I thought it was reversed.
This I knew I had seen because this popped up one day when I turned the TV on. You know how it has the ads for movies.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I watched it.
This popped up.
No, actually, sorry, that's not true. I saw it as an ad on TikTok.
Shortly before it came out, or maybe that's what it was. I just know that shortly before it came out, I saw something which made me aware of it, and I got excited because I was like, "Oh my God, Mr. Dressup!"
Yeah,
I want to know about Mr. Dressup.
Shit ton about Mr. Dressup from this,
And yeah, when I watched this the first time, I learned a lot.
Received the Order of Canada.
I mean, I didn't until I watched this the first time. I had no idea he wasn't Canadian.
So you had no idea he was Canadian, you mean?
No. Before I watched this, I thought he was Canadian. I thought he was born and raised in Canada.
He himself, you mean? Yeah,
I didn't know that he himself was not born in Canada.
He himself is the story. I was like, no, Mr. Dressup is definitely. You mean Ernie Coombs?
I'm talking Ernie Coombs.
The man who was Mr. Dressup. No, yeah, he was born in Michigan, wasn't he, or Detroit, something like that?
I think it was Pennsylvania.
Was it? So, okay, some Midwestern state. Yeah.
I think it was the same one as Mr. Rogers. That's why they know each other.
It's the same thing as Mr. Rogers, where like you had no idea that I had no idea Mr. Rogers spent so much time in A, that he worked with Mr. Dressup, and B, that he spent so much time in Canada.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mr. Rogers started in Canada.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, started in Canada. Well,
it started in Canada.
The original version of it started in Canada.
Yeah, the first version of it started in Canada.
Yeah, it was in Canada.
And Ernie Coombs worked...
Not the PBS version that you know.
No, this was before, on CBS.
Yeah.
But the very first version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood started on CBS in Canada.
Yep, it did.
And Ernie...
CBS or CBC?
CBC.
CBC, okay.
Canadian Broadcast Channel.
Yeah. CBS is an American channel.
CBC. And Ernie Coombs was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Puppets, I believe, for
he
him,
was a puppet. Yeah, he was a puppeteer.
Yeah.
So he learned a lot from.
Yeah, that blew
Mr.
my mind when I
Rogers.
learned that because it made so much sense. It's like, oh, that's why Mr. Dressup is so much like Mr. Rogers. That explains a lot.
And when the contract for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood ran out, instead of renewing, Mr. Rogers was like, "Well, why don't you give Ernie give a shot at him and let him have his show?"
Was that the point where?
I'm telling you exactly how it happened.
No, but there's a point where Mr. Rogers stops the. Is that the point where he stops the show? And then he
stops doing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and he goes back to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and he retires.
Well, he doesn't retire. He goes back to Pennsylvania and starts the Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood that everybody else knows.
That's not because there's a point in the history of the Mr. Rogers show where I think they talk about it in the Won't You Be My Neighbor, but where he stops the show. He's like, I did everything I had to say, and then he comes back and he does a series of shows where he talks about serious stuff. So clearly that's after this.
I don't remember them ever mentioning that in the other one.
Yeah, it's like he talks about. He talks about.
I do know there's a point where he finishes, and there's a point where Mr. Dressup finishes, and they're both retired and.
Because in the Tom Hanks movie, when he initially meets Mr. Rogers, that's what he's referring to. He's like, "Oh, is it true that you ended your own show?" That's what he's referring to. He ended it for a period in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, I can't speak to that.
It's not the same moment,
Anyways, we're talking about Mr. Dressup.
Yeah, it's not the same moment. Different moment.
So yeah, no. Mr. Rogers goes back to Pennsylvania and does his the one that's on PBS, but he's like, give Ernie Coombs a chance
give
and
him a
let
call.
him. And so they do, and he starts Mr. Dressup. Actually, I believe first it's another show,
Yes.
which is something square.
Yeah, I didn't realize that we didn't. I didn't watch the original version of not the original, but the early version of Mr. Dressup.
The early stuff. I was just gonna get to that because
way later.
I'm gonna go through it. The early version has this puppeteer lady who she has the little boy or little, I don't think they ever say whether it's a boy or a girl, but the little kid character and the hand puppet dog.
Yeah.
And at a certain point she leaves, and that's when they bring in all the other, like, there's 5 different puppeteers.
And then they bring in the crow.
There's 5 different puppeteers that they bring in, which
crow.
has like the crow, the one who he does the sock as an elephant.
Yep. So the one I remember is the crow.
The king,
the crow is
the king, the queen, and yeah, the crow is the one that I remember the most. But so yeah, when it gets to that point in the documentary, I'm like, those are the ones that I know.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I remember, and it's kind of in the 90s is when it becomes the show that I know.
Yes. Yeah.
But
I was like, I don't remember. I don't remember. I remember them, but not as much as I remember, because I think the previous they ran in reruns. I think so. I definitely remember the other ones, but I remember the crow and those guys way more.
I didn't remember the ladies because it was only the 2. She only had the 2.
Yeah.
The entire time she was on it. I think she did like a couple other ones, but like she was the one puppeteer and she did all of them.
Yeah, I vaguely remembered it was the
when she left they replaced. She was
her main one.
She was so good that they replaced her with 5 people. Like that's
her departure was like a big deal though.
It was a big deal.
Yeah. It was bad.
To the point where CBC, they were like, well, we have the right to your puppets. Like, we own your puppets. And she's like, no.
She's one of the talking heads in this, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And she ended up moving to Vancouver to, it doesn't say here what it is, but there's like an island, which is like just off Vancouver Island, which is where she moved to and retired to. And she did her own puppet shows with the dog and the kid character.
I'm running through all that. I'm running through all the little islands around there. Galileo?
Bevan?
Bevan sounds familiar. Yeah, it's weird when it's Canadian.
I'm pretty sure it was Bevan.
Yeah, her and Mr. Rogers had a falling. Isn't the whole thing they have a falling out, or they?
No, it was with CBC.
Right.
Basically, there was a point. The Wikipedia doesn't have. It's not great for this, but I'm going off memory here. There's a point basically where CBC is cutting things because the conservatives take over for the first time in a long time, and CBC is cutting things, and there's a point where like they want to make a change, or there's a thing that they want to do, which Mr. Dressup, from what I again, don't quote me on this, but from what I remember, Mr. Dressup is basically like, okay, whatever it takes to stay on the air, and she's like, no, like no. And so she departs, and they weren't sure if the show was going to continue.
Watch a Mr. Dressup biopic.
I would watch a bio. I was going to say, to answer your question, I would absolutely watch one. I want it from his perspective.
Yes, for sure.
And I want it over here. Like I want it, and I don't care how you do it. I do care, but I want it to be encompassing. Like if you have to do time jumps.
Yeah, you got to do some time jumps in there because you want to get the whole career. You want to get the whole.
I want to have the early part.
Yeah.
I want to have the late part, the middle part, the part where he's a rock star, doing the live shows.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like the Mr. Rogers one where he doesn't get to be a main character.
Which, as an aside, we absolutely went to one of his live shows.
Oh, absolutely we did. Yeah, we met him.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
Chill dude. We went to his final tour.
He was absolutely a Canadian icon.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was huge.
Which is why, when I watched the first time,
Canadian '90s icon, because I just don't think the kids today probably would have know
Well, the
who he
kids
was.
today don't know what happened 25 years ago. That's a stupid statement.
No, but they might. I would say like
that doesn't mean that he's not a Canadian icon.
No, but I mean he's not a Canadian icon to the kids nowadays. He was to us.
Again, no, maybe not, but that doesn't make him not a Canadian icon.
I mean, yes, he is a Canadian icon, but I'm just saying, well, maybe the parents show their kids reruns of Mr. Dressup. Maybe they all know who he is. We don't know. We don't have kids.
I can't say.
I can't say. Maybe he's still crazy popular because Mr. Rogers is still crazy popular.
But I will say,
I didn't
do this for the Mr. Rogers one, but on Review Aggregator, the Rotten Tomatoes, this documentary does have 89% of 9 critics reviews being positive.
Yes, it's
a average rating of 8.4 out of 10.
It's a well-made documentary.
It's a good one, and I will say, it didn't hit me as bad this time. But the first time I watched it, the part where you find out, sadly, that his wife died.
That was rough.
When she dies and the car hits her and everything, choked me up.
Yeah,
the first time I watched this, I was like, so sad, so sad,
very sad.
Such a shame and such a tragedy and before her time. Yeah, he did his thing, and definitely
his thing.
Walked into the I was gonna say definitely walked into the sunset proud.
Yeah,
and ended on his terms.
Yeah,
like he was.
That's what I respected about all those guys. They all ended it on their own terms. Like all of them, like Mr. Rogers, Mr. Dressup, Bob Ross, all those guys. They all went, you know what? It's time, and then they just ended it, and then that allowed their show to have a proper like that's the thing about being a kid is like, yeah, sometimes it's nice to have something conclude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But by that same token, I also respect that with that last episode, he recorded it in such a way where except for I think they said the end when they do the outro piano, they do it in like a little bit longer one to kind of be a final send off kind of thing. But other than that, it's just a normal episode.
See,
in syndication, you wouldn't know that it was the last one.
No, but that's what made those shows so brilliant. Here's what I want. I mean, they're already making. There's one that's coming out. It's a I want to watch it as well. Remember Lamb Chop?
I do remember.
They're making one of these about lamb chop, and I want to watch that. But a guy I'd like to learn about, a children's entertainer I totally would love to learn about is Fred Penner.
What's funny is
Fred Penner or Rafiki.
What's funny is he's in this one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's also a Canadian icon.
He's one of the talking heads, and he talks briefly about when Mr. Dressup is on Fred Penner's World.
Yeah.
And they're singing a song, and he's like, and I didn't realize it at the time, and I later found out the song that they sing. He's like, he was in that moment. He was singing to his wife.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that moment got me. That moment got me. I was like, oh my God.
It choked. Yeah. I'm like,
me.
that's beautiful and sad and emotional.
So sad. And yeah, it's just that's why I'm like, I just don't think there's enough movies and shows and media about creating children's television, because there's just so much more depth to it than that. You know what I mean?
So hear me out. I obviously want a biopic of Mr. Dressup, but I want one of Fred Penner. I want one of, there's already one of Mr. Rogers. I want one of Bob Ross, and then I want the Avengers team up movie where they all come together. Oh, and I want one of Steve Irwin. And then I want the Avengers style team up movie where they all come together and they have to defeat the evil in the world. And then the evil in the world looks like a certain president who currently is president of the United States.
One of them punches them in the face. No,
they have to defeat him, and
probably the reason why
with the power of love and friendship, they save the day.
Probably the reason why these guys have never had a biopic is probably because their families won't let it happen. Anyway, Jordan, is that it?
Are you telling me you don't want the Avengers style team up movie?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't want it. Jordan, is that it?
That's it for Mr. Dressup. This one's a good one, and it's on Amazon, and I recommend watching it if you're Canadian.
Mine is also on Amazon. Hey there, everybody. It's NCard Justin here. Let me know down in the comments, did you grow up with the absolute legend that is Mr. Dressup? Whether you're Canadian or American, let me know if he was a regular staple of your childhood. But in the meantime, if you'd like to see the full podcast that this video is from, you can click the box on the left. That's going to take you to our documentary episode. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you can click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave us a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video. Have a good day.